Love and Ace. Ace 2, Ace Jr. Not your typical Ace. Not.
I think Love and Ace are twins.
Oh, you're right.
Or no.
Someone did feed that information to
Was
us.
that this team or was that another team?
No, that was this team.
Is it?
Oh,
Sure.
I'm just going to run with it.
All right, they're twins.
The twins.
Also,
They're
Yaba's
twins
got
for
the
us to
underscore
know.
too, so maybe he's a triplet.
All
The
right.
triplets now.
All right. And then on Electric Pistols, you got Captai.
Dr. Spread'em. What a name.
Dr. Spread'em. Wow. Ryanar.
Captai.
Mackinac. I'm going to call him
Mackinac.
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 and
Ryanar and Sudane. Sudane. He shows some disdain for the enemy team because he brings the Sudane.
There's a smoke for jungle. It'll plop down in there. Looks like there may have been a second smoke that came out as well. I didn't quite check the inventories, but there's a nice flashbang. But still, Ace is only able to pick up one after that pop flash. The bomb's going to be planted in the thick of the soup, and it's a 3-on-3 retake now. And I was a little concerned about one's life or his well-being because he was out to dry, separated from the rest of his team. Comes up to Colin Yaba. Well, yeah, look at this. They faked the bomb plant A, and they go B.
That is so rare that you see a team commit utility towards the site and then just pull right out of it.
This is just trolly. It's just super troll.
I don't hate it. The fake flash as well that ultimately didn't quite work. If it was a flashbang, it still wouldn't have worked. And now Khal's in position to try and deny, but he's going to have to win the duel, and he's second-guessing himself. He doesn't hear the bomb going down, and boom, there it is.
Oh, no. You can see the gears turn.
Misread.
It's like, oh, man, it's not A. That's a strange strat. They faked A and went B.
Sudane, such good position to deny, but Yaba, how does he read this? He's got the CZ. He's going to need more bullets to get it done, but now Khal's coming in on the flank, and Yaba's just completely distracted focus. Somehow doesn't nab that kill there, and Captai and Mackinac managed to secure the round.
We're going to have one of them games, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be one of those. This is going to be interesting, actually.
Well, it does make sense that Electric Pistols would pick up the pistol round.
Well, obviously.
They got to stand up to it. I mean, when your gun's electric, you got the advantage. You got the edge.
We are electric. MP7s. Double MP7s.
And double MacDon. SMGs for days.
And they hold in T-spawn, waiting to see if the CTs push up.
That's a hard read.
It is a force buy, the CT side for conqueR. And they're peeking their weary eyes into the palace right now. They see nothing, though. Where have those dastardly terrorists gone to? They're aggro all the way through the underpasses while they're searching. Where could they have gone? They're not hitting A. Oh, and there's, oh my goodness, call. And he's going to read some information out of that, the T's are just passive. Still, though, that player that was Palace pushed all the way into T-spawn. And he's in a great spot to backstab these guys. They are actually, he's actually hot on their tails. He is forced to just take a stroll out there, but so are the T's.
What's interesting about this is they held that passive angle for long, but not long enough because they wait just long enough to allow that backstab to come in and get it in
These
perfect
timings are
position.
perfect. Call's coming up the stairs like he's Summit right now on Area 51. Oh, but he doesn't quite catch him. Doesn't run in. And the B site's open. I can't believe they got in there for as little as they did. It only cost them one body.
There was a tiny window, and they slipped it right in there. Sneaky McGee. They're going to trade out, but the bomb's down. Good catch from Love to grab the planter. Can't get the second on a catwalk, but he sets up his team perfectly to find the frags. Mackinac trying to bring it back, but now he's got to find two. Does have the Mac-10, but one will clutch it out. So the eco is going to be one out. The one rifle, we'll see if he can find it among the detritus of the round. Defuse will come in. He's at least got an MP7 for his troubles.
Did you make that word up?
Detritus? It's a word.
Give
Detritus,
me the definition.
wreckage, like he
Detritus.
finds it. Detritus, strewn material, leftovers.
I'm trying to even define like the Latin roots to it.
Detritus.
Detri, D-E-T-R-I. Is that? I assume that's the prefix.
Yeah, let me define it for you.
I'm down. I'll let you look at that while Electric Pistols are going to try and piece together the rest of this round. They are completely outgunned. There's a Galil, an M4, and then a assortment of UMPs, various skins, and oh wow, Ryanar has the AGO. For a second there, I thought I was back at the Mountain Dew League. Here they go. They're going to try to Halls pop this one with one player coming out of the A main. Pre-firing that angle, and one's going to have a bad surprise here in a hot second. He's got players overwhelming him. He was the savior of the previous round. Mackinac with a nice flick to the left side. Did a little bit of damage, but the bomb's planted. It's a 2-on-3. Electric Pistols got mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned right now. And Yaba makes that one look easy peasy. Sudan's left alone, 1v3, and he's surrounded. But he does defend with the CZ. God, he wishes he has another gun right now. He's running a little low on ammunition. So Ace gets that. Now, these are expensive rounds for conqueR, but they're rounds that I don't think they necessarily deserved. If Electric Pistols had played that super slow round in the second, a little bit more classically, I think this score line would be more along the lines of 3-0. How's your word definition? Detritus.
Detritus, waste or debris of any kind. Streets filled with rubble and detritus. Gravel, sand, silt, or other material produced by erosion or organic matter produced by the decomposition of organisms. Boom, detritus.
So waste or debris of any kind, and it's detritus. Sounds a lot like Detroit.
That's some harshness.
Is that the root?
The root is Detroit. The entirety of Detroit. Love going to pick up the first pick over in mid. So that's a man down already for the Electric Pistols. And now that the pistols are gone, maybe struggling a little bit to put this gun round on the board. Love, fierce so far. conqueR going to be conquering the hell out of that mid control, not allowing Electric to have any sort of ground there. They'll just knock player after player, one after another down. Yaba, back of sight. They're just going to set up a little bit more passive now. 2 picks. They know that the T's have to make the move. They have to make their impression. Electric Pistols have to feel their way out to any sort of advantage. And they're digging themselves out of a huge deficit. They have a lot of utility to work with still. But they've also presumably lost a lot of utility on conqueR and Sudan. So big investment here, and it may be punished. Yeah,
Reinar's dry peeking right now the apartments. They're giving him every bit on the leash right now. And if he falls in here, it's going to be the player right here. Yaba, it's along the fence line, gets that one. And in fact, Reinar had so much freedom to go that way that the bomb comes his direction as well. Heard a dink right there for spread him. It's going to drop him down to 66. So that passes through the wall first. mackinac is finally able to get a response. The first player for conqueR's side drops on this round. 30 seconds left. And this is a really bad position for the T side.
Yeah, we're going to need some clinical precision here from the doctor to get them onto the site. He does tell them to spread them, but ultimately they say no, they will not spread anything. So conqueR picks up the frag, and now conqueR still in good position to deny the second. Will lose out to the AWP. mackinac was reading the angle. Now he spotted another, but that's going to bait him away from the bench player, and so Love will manage to secure the last. Actually, Love was the player baiting him. Worked out beautifully, nicely played, distracts him perfectly, and so conqueR put on their third, and they kept 3 guns alive there. So now the cash starting to build a little bit of money rolling through. Economy still not healthy. They can be reset in pretty much 1 round, but this should be a pretty comfortable eco. 1 flash and a deagle and a lot of P250s to try and get Electric Pistols absolutely anything in this round.
So mackinac is going to try and be the ruse over towards the Ace side, but Ace virtually pre-fires that angle. Rex Doctor spread him, and now they're going to line up. One's kill hungry. He's pushing up ahead. And it looks like they pair up together. Ace able to pick up 2 kills and an assist on the next one. And mackinac, who was the single man out, is the last man standing.
So what was that flash even for?
That one that he just threw? That's just in case that there's a player standing.
No, I know in that context that's what the flash is for. But no, I'm saying you've got 1 flash and you're all on pistols. Usually the common knowledge is you flash an angle and like 4 peek it with pistols and just hope that you catch someone off with a gun and get a gun. But why would you play the flash solo in Palace and have the rest of your team just get decimated coming out of underpass?
Well, I mean, they didn't expect that there'd be a player staring them down in underpass.
Even if not, I don't know. Why don't you just put the flash into use for the rest of your team?
Yeah, usually that flash may be out of A main, or over A main, rather, to blind the players on the A side. Yeah, it's one of those. We have more information than Electric Pistols do.
Absolutely true. But I'm saying, just based on no information read, if you're playing an eco with 1 flash and 5 dry pistols, why don't you use the flash to set up the pistols? At least overwhelm 1 player. I'm just being judgmental.
I know what you mean. I know where you're going with that.
I'm being judgmental. It's you know.
Smokes for CT, smokes for jungle and stairs. Pretty standard execute right now. And Love was a bit wide, but nice aiming right there from Ace. Gets 2 of them as they line up, and it's a 2-on-3. Electric Pistols also have to advance forward as these smokes fade to recover this bomb. Still, Dr. Spreadum dances around, beats around the bush a little bit, finally gets it under toe. conqueR.
I love the spot from conqueR. He's going to backstab Yaba, grabs 1 kill, but he's lost his teammate. Needed to be just a little quicker on that particular frag, distract focus. And 1, he won't just get 1 shot here. He'll nab 2 kills to his name. So 5-1, conqueR Esports, since winning that anti-eco, they've really kept the pressure on, momentum building. Ace is already on 11 frags. He's leading the way, trailblazing, 11 and 4. That's pretty dirty at this point. Ryan on the other side is going for that James Bond. He's got the 006 right now. He's Sean Bean.
Oh, no.
In the golden eye.
Sean Bean. That was like his, I think that was his entry into being typecast as the guy that dies in every movie.
You know, I found out why he does that.
Why?
So he did a series in the UK called Sharp's Adventures. And it's like a famous book series, and they made 1 million of them. He's like an army captain in the colonial era, yada 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 yada. But they made one, and then he was under contract to just keep doing them, so they made like 1 million of them. And he decided once he was finally out of that contract and out of that show, he would only ever take roles that were like 1 season or 1 movie long, and then killed him, so he could never be stuck in that situation again. And that's why Sean Bean dies in every movie.
It burned him that bad.
That's why Sean Bean dies in every movie.
Maybe he wanted to stay online of Game of Thrones a little bit longer.
No, he very specifically wants roles that just straight up die in the first season.
Well, that round, for as far as anti-ecos were concerned, was not very successful for conqueR. They lose 3 bodies, but they do reinvest on this one. To a double op setup they go, and they peek in the middle. That smoke's not there, so Ace is just going to chill. He should be able to punish any player that comes his direction. As Electric set up for B, they've left the bomb back in its pretty default position while they poke and prod around the map.
These double ops going to be sitting, what is it, 1 to sight? That's love. Yep. Oh, no, a window and a sight. Window and an A player, which A's going to be trying to duel around in mid's going to catch something, but not enough. Sudan actually manages to escape here unscathed. It's only mackinac who's been dropped down. Equal damage exchange at this point, and there's just still this mid-control prepping. Ace just
he couldn't find safety, man. He needed an extinguisher.
He was burning himself in protest.
It just reminded me of like the SNL skits with Jim Carrey. Fire Marshal Bill?
No, I don't believe I've seen that one.
Wow, you're a cultured man. I figured you'd see that.
Well, we'll have to like Google it up after this. YouTube it around.
So they're going to, after getting the kill against Ace, they're going to try and claim this territory for themselves. But look at one. His positioning's perfect. And that's crazy for them to actually do that because there was no flashbang for top mid. I mean, it was dry by every definition of the word for one to peek out of that. And he escapes. Sudan was thinking about giving away his position of firing through the boards. But now he gets caught out with a pop flash that goes into conqueR. Ops firing out, and it is a disaster for Dr. Spread'em now. He's able to get 1 frag against 1. But it was 1 that saved that round for sure. And extends that lead to 7 and 1. And after the first pistol round, I was thinking electric pistols are like, they're playing with their food. They're super confident. And I expected to see a lot from the electric pistols already. The fact that they're getting a good whooping on right now is not what I anticipated.
Certainly not. So just keep rolling with the double op. Ace doesn't have armor. That's interesting.
Does he have cash for it?
He definitely does. He's got a miss by. So, I mean, Cal's got 5,100. You got to imagine that Ace has some cash. So, it's going to be the miss by there, the glass cannon, but it may not matter as Cal's just going to tap down 3. Ace gets another as well. Glass cannon or no, he's going to frag. There, it comes back to bite him. The aim punch coming in a little bit. He's going to be regretting not buying that armor. And now it's mackinac to try and get anything done. He's got 3 targets to face down. He won't even get the first as he burns himself and gets shot. Bad times.
And they had the chance to recover the second op right there. Yeah, Ace definitely had cash. You could argue that he wouldn't have survived that volley because he missed the op shot anyways before the aim punch came in. And he was tagged. It wasn't like he was leaving anyway.
Very possible.
And I think he rebought that op. So I think one picked up the op, dropped it, and picked up an AK at the end of that round. So there could have been a little bit of better money management there. That allows a window for electric pistols to be able to win a round or 2 in the future soon enough, but right now it stands 8-1 and is complete domination. They are giving them the business.
That they are. The business end. They've taken their own electric pistols and they've given them the business end. Disarmed them, turned it around, shoved it in a gentle place. Nice kill from Rayanar.
Yeah,
gets himself an AK up.
Greedy.
Oh, he gets a second.
Doing work.
Trade back. But still, if he could do some damage with it still. Dr. Spread'em's out exploring on the flanks. He does like to explore those flanks, Dr. Spread'em does.
He does.
He's going to go adventure in.
From
He's got
east to west.
P250 drifting around, and a little high shot from Love there. That was unexpected, and there's opportunity for the second as well. One is so very low. This round is suddenly looking very exploitable for Electric Pistols. The pistol of Dr. Spread'em has certainly been electric this time, and the bombs get across to plant. It's a lot's going to come down to call. We've seen him get multi-kills plenty of rounds before, but he'll need to get another. Bomb will be planted here. This is suddenly very doable. Dr. Spread'em can get himself a gun. That exposure from Rayonar may make it less able, and Spread'em can't get it.
Yeah, Call coming off of that B site, and we saw Call do great work on the B site before. Remember the 3K when he was defending those apartments against rifles, and he comes over to the A site and asserts his dominance. But again, Electric Pistols are still doing a lot of damage, whether it's an eco round or a rifle round, or conqueR Esports mismanaging the rifles at the end of one of their own rounds, forcing them to rebuy one of the ops if they want to continue the double op effort. So the economy's fairly weak for conqueR. You see $1,000 on Ace, shy of that even for Yaba. So the T's actually have a little bit more cash in their coffers than the CTs do, even after 9 rounds in a row.
That is a little odd. Pause comes in. You got to imagine Electric Pistols. They're trying to rummage through whatever playbook they've got and figure out one thing to draw out here to make it happen, to get something done. It's been a fairly desperate situation so far. But they're going to try. They're going to dig deep in that playbook, come up with their own Spider 2Y banana, see what kind of action they can get going here. Chuck it deep, huck it deep. Go for the Hail Mary. Go for the home run drive.
Score goal baskets.
Score goal baskets. Shoot them through the hoops.
Electric aren't out of it yet. They
Forward?
need this round. Power forward?
Power play?
I mean, when you say power forward,
I
think basketball. Power forward's a position.
I was switching sports. I was veering.
I sports.
Sports. Sports go sports. Sports go sports.
So it's 9-1. Single op play right now for conqueR. Like I say, their money is starting to evaporate. But Electric Pistols aren't they're not out of the woods, but they're not in a bad spot right now because they've put conqueR into a bad economy to where if Electric win this one, conqueR might lose the next couple. So you could very well end up in a 10-5, which is fairly straightforward. 9-6, 10-5 for your first half of Mirage. However, it is coming apart at the seams right now. Only a 1-for-3, 1-for-4 rate of exchange now, and conqueR are all over it. This leaves Sudane with a full set of utility as well, disconnected from his team. The bomb's back to his north, and Sudane alone, but not by himself necessarily. He's got 4 CTs at least with him.
He's got a decoy. That's the crucial part of this. He can trick them into thinking there are 2 players left on the server.
Somehow.
They'll never know what hit them.
The decoy can have use in saving a gun. So especially on Mirage.
Oh,
he could
drag into another point.
Into Palace or T-spawn next to Palace, and he can throw that decoy up there on Catwalk. That pops off.
But the problem is he has an op, right? I feel like once they start shooting, once you hear like 3 op shots in a row, you're like, okay, he's not pre-firing op angles. Like,
sure
it works better with a rifle. You're like, okay, he's just trying to say maybe he's pre-firing, he's a little jittery. But now it's just like, okay, there's a random op firing at chair. Is he really saving from chair and just shooting angles?
Well, he threw his decoy into chair mid and went up towards apartments, and he'll chill here in T-side apartments.
I don't know why they're not hunting at all.
Well,
they're hunting now. Love is gone exploring.
They don't have all the money. I mean, conqueR also need to be able to save their cash.
Do they? They've got 10K on one.
And that's it. I mean, before that, you had 2 players that were less than $1,000.
That's true. Yeah. The math checks out. This is why I don't do accounting.
NA math. That's why I do my own taxes.
That's why I don't do mine. No, my taxes are easy. I don't make any money.
Government pays me.
Usually.
If you live in Alaska, they'll pay you.
So, a little bit of molly damage as they try and just storm their way out of B. I think they were flashed, so they just ran through that molly, and that's the commitment. Hard commitment here, and Yaba going to pick 1, 2, make it 3 as he does a weird little flick away, realizes his error, and flicks back, nearly gets a 4.
Thought that player was a flashbang is what happened. It's a 2-on-2. Your T's are tagged, so there's a chance for the Electric Pistols to put another one on the board. Mackinac going to throw a flashbang over the van. They are the players that need to make the moves. One-on-one now. Mackinac fake flashes again with a pistol this time. He has no information as to where one is. One is just playing the mind games right now with the audio cues.
He's the only one left to find.
He is, but, I mean, one's played it perfect.
Oof.
Literally
Little
walking around
the Rosie.
Spinning on him.
Spinning on him, flexing on him.
11-1. But still the CTs have to rebuy again. But, I mean, you're getting so far late into the half that even the smallest margins of extra cash are good enough for conqueR.
Got to get that slim cash. So it's going to be another buy here. Smokes, severely limited utility. And they're just going to get a bit of a fluff molly. Second goes in to secure it. Looks like it's just going to be a standard A-take. Throw the smokes over. Try and hope that you can win the opening duels and get through and get something happening, get it done. It's going to be challenging, to say the least. There are 2 players here and 1 on the quick rotate from conqueR. But we'll see if they can make it happen in this particular round. Here is the execution, and Love is in great position to deny if he can catch this Palace player, but he's too late. Ryanar's hopped up next to him, found the frag, and now they're locked out of sight. Bomb will be planted and will be a 5-on-4 retake, and the flank's coming through in mid, wins the duel, so that's a mid player down. Now all 3 CTs are coming through from CT spawn. They're going to have to bully their way back onto site, and they're trading effectively. Good kills back and forth, and it's all just going to be on Ace, and he would need a 4K, not an Ace, and he'll get nothing. So finally, the second round on the board for Electric Pistols. They get something. Yep.
They're bookending the half so far. They have the first and the latest. And we're going into the top of the 14th round, and it looks like the CTs had enough cash to cobble something together here. And
money.
I mean, you went 11 rounds in a row.
And you're broke.
And you're broke.
I
mean, that's testament to
accounting.
Electric Pistols are okay. I mean, you might actually get a turnaround in the second half because of this, because these rounds are closer than what the scoreline would show as 11-2. I think Electric Pistols are better than this.
Maybe also an indicator of some of those rounds where it was questionable economic decisions, like not picking up the double up, that kind of thing. Just a little build-up over time that adds up. So, Molly into window. Ace going to be hopping about, trying to find himself a frag. He's still repositioning. Doesn't want to give up this mid-control fully, but he's exposed himself very dangerously because now one looks away to try and smoke for him, and Doctor spreads him at just the right moment. Ace now back down, and it's going to be the retake onto A. Bomb should be planted in just a moment. And
you can save here.
Ace locked out.
You can save here.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, you got to. There's no chance. You have no information. The T's have sight with late utility expenditure to secure it even further. You got to get out of this one with at least the AWP and the M4. The UMP could be expendable, but you want to most importantly have 3 being able to buy up for 2. That's the crucial point.
Ace is still a little hungry too. The rest of his team is withdrawn all the way back to apps. He's sticking around in market, and it's not a bad angle to hold considering that's likely where he's going to be hunted from, and it's a choke point. It's a fall-away choke point, which is always nice to hit with the big green gun, but 5 AKs up, and they're really being a little hesitant on the hunt. Wanted to absolutely make sure that they had this round secured and in the bag. If they can get themselves to 4 rounds in this half, that'd be quite the turnaround from the Electric Pistols.
Yeah, I was saying it wasn't – I mean, they weren't out of the woods, but it wasn't looking too bad for them. But conqueR, even after winning 11 in a row, economy's threatened, but they stretch. That dollar bill is stretched to its limits, and I think they're lucky that the 15th round's finally coming their way because Electric Pistols are starting to come alive.
Cobbled together by here. 2 UMPs, FAMAS. They've still got the AWP saved through, of course. AWP and the M4 saved through. But on the other side, suddenly Electric Pistols look comfortable in the buy. They've got all the utility in the world. They've kept 5 alive last round. I mean, they've got every toy in the toy chest.
That is so hard to defend against. Like, what do? Like, that is exactly how it can be played out. If you don't have top mid control, an AWPer can do that to you. And there's almost nothing you can do. The AWPer just pre-aims the angle, and you're going to have a terrorist on that line.
I think of that as the Skadoodle pick.
Yeah, what do you do against that?
Pushing the underpass play?
It's just, it's crazy.
Either you have 2 to be able to trade it, but then you run the risk of a collateral, frankly, down that angle.
Yeah, you need to have top mid. You need to have at least have somebody top mid.
Some presence, just to punish that kind of ridiculous. But even if you have a really fast AWPer and they've got a good spawn for it, they can get down before you can get a shot off on them.
True.
It's a dirty angle. It's a bit of a risky angle, but it is a dirty angle. And if you have faith in your shots.
Off angles, too. Ace repositions himself to the top of the stairs while Yaba holds off angle on A main. And it is suddenly 1v5 and conqueR. Captain? Can I just call him Captain? It's so much easier. conqueR. He's done. 12-3. Strong half. conqueR pull out something that Electric Pistols hadn't seen yet with that off angles as well as jumping down into the tunnels. I think that caught him off guard. And once you lose your first player, it's
a cascade.
It is a cascade. It's exactly what it is. It's like I'm pretty sure that guy hit me when he was still in midair. And if you're clogging up the comms like that, it's not going to help anybody.
Chaos. So it's chaos in Discord. It's like, walking to the battlefield and one person just goes down. Oof, chaos. Fear spreads among the ranks. And then it just all falls apart from there.
I think Electric can still win this game. If Electric win this pistol round and they roll forward and win the first rifle round, I'm actually going to say that Electric are going to win this game.
You think so? That you think if they take the three off the back of the pistol,
free pistol and
they're
first
winning
rifle,
this game?
I think Electric win the game.
And first rifle. Okay.
And first rifle.
Still a bold prediction, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be an interesting fake. 5 decoys and 1 player. They've hidden a player among the decoys, but conqueR is still aggressive on the other side. He'll be taken down, but now it's a passive hold on A. It's going to be playing retake, and there's going to be a player coming out of underpass to punish in mid. So the connector position is a snake that they're going to need to be aware of, but conqueR may not even let them get onto site. There is no, well, there is a smoke. Why isn't the smoke down? Yaba is waiting on the smoke for a reason that I cannot quite fathom at this point.
Now you don't have enough. There's not enough bodies. The smoke's late, and
it's not even
on the right. It's not even the right area code.
Now they have 50 seconds. They need to just bail out to B. At this point, you've got to just sail out and bail to B. They realize that there's multiple bodies towards CT. I don't know if they realize that connector is clear. They're going to check it. Does he have the read? He does. He does. He does. Yaba gets out.
Let's just remember.
This is what happened.
The
first half.
The first half. Electric went for a fake plant A to B. This time, conqueR go fake A. I guess you could call it a fake, considering they're leaving Yaba around. Or Yaba's into the site, rather. They're leaving 1. And he clears it out.
I don't think it was an intentional fake.
No,
it was, oh, God, the plan fell apart. Where are we
do?
going now?
What do we do? How do we piece this back together? And it is 12-3 with a threat of a little bit more.
So now it's the 2-on-2 retake, and there's a precious little damage. There's a precious little health, rather. Sudane's 1 bullet away from death, and Ryanar doesn't have any armor. He does have the kit, at least, but they're going to need to hit shots pretty much instantaneously, and there's already pretty passive positions held from conqueR. So much time's off the clock already, and it's just pretty much already ticking down. Sudane, though, nicely traded.
Got a kit.
Ryanar has to stick to defuse.
Oh, the bomb's not planted. Oh, he's going to get wrapped on, too. 1, you just need to hit the target. Terrorists win. Oh, man. At the end of the round, sometimes it's hard to tell who won that round, you know? He was missing the head.
Oof. He found it, though.
He found it.
He found it. Last second. Needle in a haystack. Found the head and the...
That must have been a lot. Like, what bugs... I wish this was a thing in the game. Because if you defuse the bomb successfully with so many 0.0 some seconds left, it tells you.
Yes.
I want to see it the other way around.
How many seconds were left
before
he was
this
killed?
far away from defusing the bomb.
That would be a great statistic, actually.
It's a good one. Here comes Love, sprinting into the B side, at least to the arch side. Ryanar's trying to reassemble his CZ. And Spreadham's going to do the same thing. Gets himself 1 kill, and he ducks and covers in the apartments. So even if the conqueR own the site, they have to be concerned that there's a large viewing port that looks over the entirety of the site. So they basically evacuate it. They won't even play with it. They're not going to play on the site. They just go catwalk. And I believe that may be where the bomb was planted. If not, it's in the default position. So they own it. They leave Yaba on site, and he falls to conqueR. And the man advantage goes to the CT side for the time being. But time is going to be a problem. You've got no kits. You invested all your money in pistols and armor. And they upgrade to 2 of the UMPs that are on the field. Ace has been boosted up, and that double peak right there is disgusting. They get 2. Looking for the last one. conqueR needs to stick it, but he's got no kit.
No time. No kit.
That's cute.
It's a fool's errand.
He didn't even have it if he did have a kit.
Well, yeah.
Broke his foot, though.
Ugh.
Clearly.
You hate to see it. Achilles tear.
Yeah.
He's going to be sidelined at least 6 weeks.
Whenever I think of Achilles tears or Achilles injuries, have you seen the movie Pet Sematary?
I have not.
Okay. You probably don't want to. If you like, the movie scarred me as a kid. So like I'm sensitive a little bit around my Achilles tendons because I think the kid takes like a scalpel and ruins an old man.
Have you ever seen those videos of just like someone having an Achilles tear during a sports injury and their whole tendon just rolls up their leg?
Yeah, and they just fall over. Yeah, this is getting to be a little bit.
That's very uncomfortable.
This is too personal for me.
We just
right
gave
now.
everyone in the chat a very uncomfortable vibe.
Yeah, there's some cringe coming around.
So, 4 rifles on the board, 1 SMG for conqueR, 14-3. They went with the blitz play with the SMGs last round, and it honestly didn't work out super well for them. They finally did win it in the end, but it got very hairy in the last few seconds. So this time, a lot more patience being shown. conqueR, they've learned their lesson.
They're throwing a fake. conqueR are. They leave love up front. They've thrown smokes, default, stairs, and jungle. And CT. In fact, he gets a kill. Spread'em falls into the sandwich and realizes there's no more T's here, guys. It's awkward. So there's one man defending. I believe this is Ryan at arch side. And Ace just needs 2 bullets to send him to the watery grave. 2-on-4. This is virtually going to be the end of it because your CTs are continually buying at this point. If they lose this one, of course, their backs are against the wall in a 15-3 situation with the bomb ticking. Good nade, at least to start things off. Chip damage against 1. He drops to 69.
conqueR with the dig. He's hit some dig shots before. Now he's going to hit a shot into his grave. Straight shot into the grave. Spread'em, last alive, has to pull out a miracle here. Would take the ace clutch. He will get the first, so that's 1 tick down, but time is of the essence, and he's got none left. And now he's got no health left either as the ace finds him. 4K for ace in that round as well.
Was it?
Nice
yeah,
anti-eco.
Ace is very surgical with his AK. I mean, he's firing off 2-round bursts, but it's always the first bullet that's killing him anyways. So, bit overkill, if you will. But it's an insurance policy. It's keeping his team ahead.
Interesting that they've invested in a lot of utility here.
Because it's, over rifles?
Over rifles,
SMGs?
over guns, over anything. They're on pistols. I mean, there's a P250, there's a dry USP no armor on Ryan. They've invested in a lot of utility here.
Interesting.
Ryan's now gone. He was the least valuable member to keep alive, I suppose.
Yeah, Ryan, I think he donated the FAMAS.
Yeah. conqueR's rewarding with it so far. He's going to need more than just the 1. And now Sudane is in a tough spot. He's got a lot of bodies facing him. He's stuck into the corner, and he will eventually be found. Took him a minute, though. That's actually allowed them to get the round. Captai and Spread'em with the peaks.
Utility wins games, man. So does positioning, and the fact that conqueR took far too long to kill some of those targets. But I mean, that's what smokes do for you. Smokes allow you to get in closer to your targets. A lot of times, for example, if the Ts are executing onto a site and they know the opponents are on eco, they won't use smokes. They'll keep those lanes open so that they can see their targets from further away, and the pistols can't lurk on tight corners or in the smoke or what have you.
It's funny, it seems like conqueR, when they commit themselves to something, a push or a site or anything, they sort of throw themselves headlong at it. And it's just everyone swarm out and frag.
A lot of NA teams do that at the 15th round, for sure. A lot of teams feel like, we've taken it this far. It's 15-3. We'll just bowl them over, and we'll get this one done with. A lot of NA teams do struggle with that.
It's a problem, and it can come back to bite you. Your prediction did not come true as far as getting the pistol and the gun rounds after it, but who knows? Maybe they'll work some magic now. Love certainly trying to, but captai a little too quick.
99.
1 HP. That's the worst thing to see when you die.
Yeah.
You hit him for 99.
That's the one where you type in chat, and it's like HP question mark, and he says 1. It's sad.
He's giggling to himself. Loves crying into his mic. So, trying to get something going here. conqueR certainly do have a bit of a cushion of 11 rounds. So they don't really have to care too much what happens in this one, but if they can trim the economy, keep it a little honest, maybe they make the later buys a little less comfortable. Alas, it doesn't seem that they're going to be doing that at all this game. It's just going to be Call left alive. He's got armor. He's got a deagle. Maybe he can pop a head or 2. Make it 3.
Calling 2.
You're calling 2. Topicals put a number on the board. It is 2 heads that shall be popped. First one looking for it, and it's really 0 heads. You really need to go back to Panda Express.
I do.
Predictive powers are
I am
waning.
nothing with Panda. Used to be an MDL team called Panda.
Panda?
PNDA.
Wasn't there a song? Panda?
I'm sure at some point there was. It's a pretty broad spectrum.
You know, panda-related things. I heard there was a bear, too.
Oh, look at this. This is quick.
The panda bear.
Pistols. Smokes are maybe just flashbangs and a chain of flashes. Ooh. Love's up front. He's got that first. Actually, they picked the second player off of the triple box as well. They've gotten an AK out of this. There's another gun over towards CT. Actually, that was the AK. That's down. Bombs planted, though. So conqueR are going to be able to not only have rifles in the next round anyways, but also utility to back them up. And it's going to get hot for one. He's forced to evacuate out of the firebox. That molly actually didn't spread. It was a campfire at firebox. He might have been safe back there. I think the last kill bomb will be defused. Mission accomplished as far as conqueR are concerned. They keep getting kills. They make a little bit of extra cash on top of this. $800 for the bomb plant. And Electric are going to be up against, again, the rifles that have been an absolute bane in the first half against them.
Op comes out, and as you said, it's comfortable. They even got a little bit in reserve. Full utility buy here. And they are just going to try and close it out now. conqueR, this is their best bet. Full guns up. It's full guns on the other side, but it's going to be an all-out brawl for that last round. We've got a Virtus Pro fan on the team. Virtus Premier, as they are more affectionately known now. And they're just going to be trying to close this. They want to shut the door. They've got a 9-round lead, but there's no reason to let this drag on if they have the capability to close it out. Electric Pistols, they're going to need to draw deep to make sure they survive the round. I think a lot of it's going to come down to who can secure that opening pick and what momentum swings off the back of it.
Okay.
Calling it now.
No blood spilled
wins.
Are you?
That's my call.
All right. I'll allow it. Got some conqueR play, and you got 2 players in A main. So this is an A split with a pop flash up and in. Cal's a little bit struggling to get through that smoke, I believe. Or he was trying to fake it. Sudane is now in jungle, has some support on the other side and catwalk as well. It's going to be RyanR with 2, and then Sudane gets 1. They've basically crossed the T against the terrorists in conqueR. They fire at them across catwalk, they fire at them across jungle, and they're trapped. They literally, that's a T. And the T's are caught, the terrorists are caught right center of it.
It seems like every conqueR play they have, they've had very little success coming out of conqueR. I feel like they've had more success trying the arch push, the more classic, through a smokes, come out arches, come out palace, split. But every time they try and come out of conqueR off of a mid take, they just kind of get decimated by that exact crossfire you were talking about. Haven't really found an answer for it yet. It's going to be back to the Deegs, and they'll try and get something done in mid.
4-man flash. Nobody peeked, though. Just pistols. It's full deco.
This is a deco. Cal has armor. Ruins the full deco.
It does full, yeah. Well, it's still deco. I call it a deco. I'll allow it.
The deco. Deagle.
Deco.
Sunset Storm. I know you're a big fan.
That was a 94 damage grenade.
And there's the 4.
And that was the 4. That's right. Ouch. You can get a 100-0 grenade. You have to hit them with the grenade, though.
Oh, because it does damage.
The grenade has to
hit
do like 3 or 4 damage, and then it gets the rest of them.
They eat it?
Done it once.
That's a rare thing.
It is rare. I've seen a bottling.
Bottling?
Fragadelphia.
Oh, you get hit by the molly?
Yeah. Fragadelphia 7. Roka hit a guy with a bottle and killed him.
That's kind of great. I always like the flashbang kill.
Yeah. That happened, I think, in like Frag 5.
So Love exploring from the ladder room. They've already lost a man. They're trying to get something done here. The nade was the triggering charge. And Electric Pistols, they've really firmed up here. It took them a long time to get to this point, but now that they had it, they do not want to let it go. There's maybe the entry that conqueR needed is now there's no defense on the A-bomb side. Sudane's going to come back through, and he's got the lineup with the but he's just going to get peeked again and again. He'll finally get taken down. That's a picked up, retrieved rifle. But now it's all closing in. Call, he has a 1v2. He's got the armor as well. He was the one armored player, and he's got an op. There's lots of utility from the Electric Pistol side to lock this out, but they haven't covered off the bomb, and they are going to need to peek him at some point, presumably with a flashbang. No, they'll dry peek him despite having flashbangs, and now Spread him is down. It's a 1v1. RyanR, he's got 15 HP, and he's just going to go for the smoke defuse.
He can't find cover. It's an awkward spot. He's so out in the open, and Call wins it. 1v3, I believe. Maybe 1v2 at worst, but the little stat says up there he defended the bomb plant from 3 enemies with 3 kills on the board for him right there. Beautiful work from him, and I'd say it's beautiful work from you. It was great gaming from you.
Oh, yeah. I was fragging the whole time.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I had my mouse and keyboard. It's under the desk, though.
Are you Bob?
I am Bob. Just Bob.
Just Bob.
Just Bob.